All right, ladies and gents, welcome back for another week. Howdy. Um, we are going to focus this week on areas of things. Different shapes, kind of keeping them in the forethought of your mind, because again, whether it's in geometry this year or it's even in Algebra 2 next year, there will be a lot of things that come with formulas. So getting used to using them, finding the pieces are going to be some things that are beneficial, and it's pretty easy. So it gets us some easy points here to boost our grade up. So let's take a peek here. Area rectangles and triangles. We're going to start easy this week. The areas of each are at the top, 0.5 or 1/2 base times height. Sometimes you may see this also written as just base times height divided by 2. Sometimes that's easier than even looking at it with a decimal. So you can play with either. I'm probably going to deal with this one more. And then area is just length times width. And so when we're dealing with these, we can run into some interesting situations. Trying not to make anything too complex today, though. So really, for instance, on number 11, I see the number 11, but it's really number 1. Okay, it would just be the area, and I'm going to try not to make as many shadows here. So base times height divided by 2. Now here's where we got to be a little bit careful. And actually, we're going to get away with this because it won't make as much difference since we're doing all these like parts here. Okay, you are going to get some decimals. If you get decimals, that's not a bad thing. 26.95 here. Here's what I want you to focus on, though, when we're doing these. We're looking for area at square meters, and I do want to put one reminder out there for some of you that have been turning stuff in, and I thank you for that if you've been turning stuff in. When we're doing these, especially since I'm giving you an answer key, on a problem like this, I want to see this step. I just don't want to see a sheet of, 1 through 10, here's all the answers. Okay, you're like, but I don't have to do that much. I understand that, but it's only going to take that extra little bit, and it lets me see that you actually know where the answer is coming from and not necessarily just copying. Not that any of you would ever do that, just saying. So for triangles, base and height divided by 2, we're in good shape. Rectangle's even easier. Okay, rectangle, we just take our two sides, we're multiplying them together. 10 times 7.6. Multiply those, calculator if you need. And again, this is more of a lesson just to keep you in the thought process. When we get into some things, maybe a little bit here in the next week or so with volume, or I start pulling in some applications where this could come in handy. Algebra 2, we do a lot of things with triangles, especially when we get to the trig part. Not to freak you out, but again, just some things and knowing some of the pieces and parts can be helpful. So just doing that a little bit. Now, will I always be nice, though, and just give you base and height, length and width, and that's it? No, you know me better than that at this point. I want you to have to think a little bit. So now, down here on the bottom, they look similar, but now I'm giving you the area. So when you get down here, since area is base times height divided by 2 for a triangle, okay, I have the area, I have the base, I don't know what the height is. So now there's a couple of ways I could tackle this. If we go classic algebra here and do what we would normally do in this circumstance, we'd say, hey, I want to get this by itself. So how do I get rid of the fraction? I do the opposite of that. Fractions are divide. The opposite would be to multiply. Get that out of there. On this side, the 2 just cancels the 2. Okay, it does not mean that I multiply the 2 times 5.6. Right side just to do the canceling. Oh, I lost my h. That would be kind of important. And then my last step, since I'm trying to get h alone, and I'm multiplying by 5.6, would be to divide by 5.6. And you might be able to hear my son upstairs. He's losing his mind. Not in a bad way. Round your answers to the nearest tenth. So here we'd be looking at 4.7 kilometers. Now you're like, why didn't you put squared this time? Because it wasn't the area I was finding, it was just the height. Base and height, length and width, are one-dimensional things. They're just in a straight line. So that's why we're looking at those that way. And it would be the same way on number 8. Okay, we know the area is length times width, and now we're just going to take the pieces that we have, the area, and you can call that the length or the width. I don't know, really don't care. Now this time I don't have as much work as I did on the triangle one. So now what I'm going to do instead is I just get to do the division part right away. So let's see here, 58.4 divided by 7.3. Well, wow, that even went in nice. What? Okay, so for today, that's basically it. Okay, we're not going to do anything too fancy. We're just going to take a peek at that and see how this goes. So again, get this done. Grab your handy-dandy phone, okay? Take a picture, and then just go to your email account for school and click that little kind of paperclip at the bottom, get the attachment, attach your pictures, and you're good to go, and you're getting freebie points, man. Freebie points, there's nothing better than that. You've got to be getting bored at this point, so you get you something quick to do, get some points, enjoy yourself. I'll see you again here a little later in the week for a little more work with area. See you then.